Oh, hello everybody and welcome to Bleach Manga Chapter 645, live reaction and review, Don't Chase Your Shadow. When we left off, well, Shunsui went all troll on us, and now Lillie is somewhat pissed. Back off. What happened? Kirako? I don't know, so let's just say Shunsui closes in from afar with his teleportation skills flashed up. The game of life and death with the Soul Society's fate at risk begins now. Give me a Bankai. What happened? To be able to come from so far away without me even realizing. How did he manage to do so? Oh? Don't tell me you haven't done this before. Daruma-san ga koronda. What are you talking about? Ah, so you haven't then. Well, the Quincy's do have a different culture compared to us, but that aside, I've managed to get here, all thanks to Nanao-chan over there. You've gotten better. What? It's no problem, and that's not encouraging at all, but it's a compliment. That this one's dangerous, so please return to the rest of them. I refuse. Okay. Then tell them to go on without me. Understood. I'll let them know. Captain, if you die before you can return to us, I promise I shall shave the chest hair off your cold dead body. Please don't, or I'll lose my identity. My, she's starting to sound a lot like Lisa-chan these days. Are you done yet? How mean! I have everything I need to know about you and your friends from your previous battles. That includes that Zanpakuto's of yours as well. The ability to make any child's game into reality, huh? Was that one of them then? Nothing less expected from the Guardians of the Soul Palace. That's right. But then I suppose a wrong... Wait, what? But then I suppose a wrong car like yourself wouldn't play games like these. What? Lily's in a wrong car? Or is this mistranslation? What? To play this game, you need one person to have it and have their eyes shut while the countdown. Oh, I know this! Oh, feck, what was it called? It was that traffic light thing. The first person caught moving when the countdown ends. Hold on. The first person who's... Well, actually, that's not how it went for us. What happened if you were seen moving, you'd have to go back to the start. There are 3 parts to this. 1, that it has to be in a place where everyone can see him or her. 2, and if the it catches anyone moving when he turns back, that person loses. And 3, if the other player touches the it before he or she catches anyone, the player wins. I see. So it's like Escondite. I don't know. What? So you have something similar? Man, what a waste of time. Okay. Can we just please go back to the fact that he mentioned that he was in a wrong car? There's nothing that looks like him being in a wrong car. So when you start that game, whatever it does will become visible, huh? And make sure you tap it before it sees you. You've teleported towards me using the path that my Reishi attack left behind, all the while showing me the illusion that you've stopped. Is that about it? You might have rigged the game to suit yourself better, but... Oh god, Lillie. If what you say about me seeing your move equals your loss is true, then if I had seen through your illusion and found you, you'd be dead. True? The rape faces! That's right, I'm glad you catch on fast. Glad? Are you sure you're not making a mistake by telling me the rules of your game? You can't use this on me again. That's not true. It's precisely because we both know the rules that this can be called a game, no? Shunsui is the only one that I like when it comes to explaining powers. Ah, and here's something you got wrong though. What you thought you just saw just now was no illusion. You were actually looking at me. What? That feeling you get when you feel another's reatsu. They call it rikaku, and sometimes reatsu detection, but everyone that uses a reatsu in battle has the subconscious ability to use both their sight and rikakus to detect another. And the more one focuses in a battle, the stronger that rikaku becomes compared to sight, meaning you've been subconsciously looking with your heart, not your eyes. That would explain why you saw my reatsu as me. I left it there, you see. That's impossible. There's no way I'd make a mistake like it's a mistake. Who do you think I am? I'm the Captain Commander of the Gote 13 Shunsui Kirako. Oh, Lily's pissed. Or terrified. Oh, the battle started. Ooh. Daruma Sanga. Ooh. This way, no? I told you, this won't work on me again. Oh, what happened then? Whoa. Nice one. It's the first time anyone's found my Kageoni on the... Oh, yeah, the shadows. Ah, I see it now. Yeah. I've said it before. I have everything I need on you and your friends from the battles before. And... Whoa. You have nothing on us. Oh, I thought I evaded this well. Don't you think it's rather unfair that you don't share, though? I wasn't looking for a fair fight, and I don't think telling you would make this fight any fairer, but if you insist. Cern with the X-axis, Lily Barrow. My power is the power to pierce through everything. Evade, you say? You never stood a chance. Oh, I literally did that. Were you chasing shadows again? I literally made a gun sound. You're making that how did he get there face again. Don't worry, it's like you said, I didn't actually evade it. You just shot at an illusion of mine, that's all. I call this one Kagekuri. The ability to make a shadow so real the more one looks at it. The more someone of your Reikaku looks at it, the more real it becomes. The scary thing about a child's game is the part where you don't exactly know where it begins or what it's like. Whoa, who's that? You could be really prepared for it, but all it takes is just one move for you to end it. You're dragged in whether you like it or not. You can't back out of this anymore. So let's play until one of us drops, shall we? Whoa. Okay. Be right back. Okay then, welcome to the review section. Now, I highly doubt that Lillie is an Aronka. I think that was just a mistranslation of sorts. Simply because when Lillie was introducing himself to Shunsui, he called himself Sternritter X, the Exorcist. If you remember way back when Lillie was first introduced, that was what it was called. Well, that's what he was identified as to begin with, until later on it was called the X-axis. I intentionally said X-axis for, this case, since, I know he isn't the Exorcist. I mean, again, at the time, I thought it was cool, but, yeah. So, to be perfectly honest, how should I put this? The first, major fight Shunsui had was obviously with Stark. Now, at the beginning, his battle with Stark was simply a, normal fight to a fault. Um, Fighting and Ukatage helping out here and there when he released Los Lobos, and like Love and Rose coming in, them getting defeated as well, and then Shunsui coming back in, and then enacting the game. To be really honest, looking back on it, I still think that the game part was like a last minute decision, but either way, it was kind of cool anyway. But to see the only reason why I think this is because like now we're literally starting off with the game. But yeah, I really do love Shunsui's powers. Because like he's the only guy, well, the only character in this series where I actually like when they explain his or her powers, because Jesus Mary, when everyone else does, the other person wins. This time, the only reason why, like he doesn't have to explain them, his powers at all. He could literally, like, do what he kept doing, from start to finish, and defeated Lillie. I suppose that's a bit of a stretch. I think that Lillie could have figured out what was going on, but if he did, it would have probably been too late. But it just goes to show his character. He's honourable. He likes to make his fights fair. And again, he did the same with Lillie, even though what his method of fighting wasn't really fair. And that's a hilarious bit. Shunsui will always, be the bigger person. He won't stoop to low levels as anyone else, like i.e. Lillie, who was, picking off his friends one by one. And I'm assuming that Byakuya and Soifun or the other advisors, whatever, stayed back to help Hisagi, or helped out how many people Lillie picked off. Because that makes the most sense to why they've disappeared and why, Shinji, Momo, and Haru were only there. Well, Shunsui and Nanao as well, but they're up there, that doesn't really matter. Anyway, I don't know the game that Shunsui was mentioning. Well, actually, I do, but I don't remember the name. It's just that, it was a different outcome. And it was interesting to note that Lillie was fighting not with his eyes, but with his heart. Now, that was the most strange thing. And if he is in a wrong card, then, good God, that just speaks volume in itself. But again, I think that was a mistranslation, or it was supposed to be put as Sturm Ritter. But, yeah. If he is, then where the hell is his mask? Or at least a part of it, at least. Good Lord. So yeah, Lillie is fighting with not his eyes, which is ironic. He's fighting with his heart. But at the same time, it makes sense because, like, he's a hunter. He lives for the thrill. He lives to hunt his targets down and picking them off one by one, taking advantage of their weaknesses and using, like, their fears against them. And that is what he was doing up until Shunsui, activated the game. And the game in itself was pretty damn awesome. Like, if Lillie, so he's it. Well, it works for both ways, but Lillie's the enemy, so let's just say in Lillie's case, if like Lillie turns around and sees Shunsui moving, then Shunsui loses, and the Rikaku doesn't stay there when he fires his bullets, which I'm surprised he can still do that with his gun like that. But anyway, oh, what was I gonna say? But obviously, like, it's a bit of a stretch, like, oh, once it happens, you'll obviously, like, lose. But no, he created a shadow clone of himself. Well, not literally a shadow clone, but something along the lines of a shadow. But it could be a shadow clone. I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, Lillie was able to get a single hit on him, but on the foot. And yeah, it was just basically a rock paper scissors thing for the beginning. Like, one thinks they see their target, but in reality they're not really there. It's just a kukaku, and if they have seen them move, like what Shunsui did, then you obviously have to try and evade it as best you can. Which he did, but he seemed a little bit disappointed that his foot got hit. So yeah, all in all, this chapter was pretty basic. It was, well, even though it was basic, it was pretty enjoyable, because when it comes down to most explanations when it comes down to battle explanations, I get pissed. But when it comes down to these battle explanations, i.e. Shunsui, then I'm just like, happy days. I just wish the rest of the explanations were done in the form of narration. Like, good God, Kubo. I mean, this type of explanation we want, because no one can lose from this. It's just a case of the user and the enemy finding a way to beat either side, because they're both blind on this. Even though when knowing the rules still. But other times it's just a case of, oh, I will just change my blood to counter your death dealing. Fucking hell, Askin. Still living. So yeah, really enjoyed the explanation of the game. Interesting to note that Lillie was fighting with his heart. I can see a lot of interesting things coming from that in itself. Imagine losing because you were fighting with your heart. How ironic that would be. Huh. That's interesting. Because if Lillie is fighting with his heart, let's just say he fights with his heart all the way through, and Shunsui doesn't, then I'm not saying that Shunsui is uncaring or a monster, because he isn't, because I think he suppresses his emotions when it comes down to battling. Because he must have when it came into, to Stark, because Stark was literally, like the mirror version of himself. But Lillie, I don't really know. I mean, maybe because he knows that he's fighting with his heart, there's something that he's fighting for, which would stand the reason. And to be perfectly honest, if Kubo hopefully does a form of a backstory, yes, hello. If Kubo does do a form of a backstory, hopefully for Lillie, I'd be surprised if he does one for Shunsui, since he literally doesn't really need any form of backstory anymore. I think that we're going to see Lillie losing someone to a hunt. Or maybe he was hunting with someone that he cared about, and, well, there was a rival hunter, and his bullet couldn't go through whatever it was that was preventing him from saving that person, i.e. him becoming the X-axis thanks to Juha. And to be perfectly honest, if that's the case, then that would be amazing. Because, the letters are basically based off their personalities or what happened in their past, i.e. As not being fearful, so he became the fear. Baz being hot-headedness, so he became the heat. Royd and Lloyd, them being twins, so they became the yourself, i.e. you'd be battling your twin, essentially. Obviously that didn't happen, but, well, actually it did. Was it Lloyd? Yeah, it was Lloyd that became, the twin of Kenpachi. But, yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, probably thinking too strongly on something that won't happen, but still, it'll be interesting. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Good day.